Buenos dias, everyone. It is August the 11th. It has been almost 3 months since our last podcast episode. Our first and our last podcast episode became available. And yeah, I definitely was not expecting to have so much time between the first and the second guest. I actually recorded this episode with Shey back in March. But ironically, I had, my own mental health uh, issues to deal with. So yeah, it's been a while. And you know what's crazy too? It's like whenever I go through something mentally, I don't know about you, but like when I go through something mentally, it really is like all consuming. And I'm gonna have to share my mental health story at a later episode with y'all. But yeah, basically, sorry for the delay. Was going through a bit of an episode, we'll say, and yeah, it sort of consumed my entire life there for about 3 months. I think the beautiful thing about having this podcast and having it be about mental health is that like I can openly say like, hey, this mental health podcast has been paused for mental health reasons. And I don't feel like weird about that because that's what this is about. Like, this is just a place where we can be honest. And yeah. So, anyway, I hope y'all are doing great. I hope the summer has been good for everyone. We have like a month left of summer, which is crazy. But yeah, lots to look forward to. Oh, I just saw a yellow bird. I never see yellow birds. Whoa, what kind of bird is that? I'm sorry, let me pause this for a second. Okay, so yellow bird with black. We're gonna look this up real quick. Yellow bird, black wings. American goldfinch. Huh. Okay, that's cute. Oh, it's a canary. All right. I'd never see those around here in South Carolina. But yeah, just looked out my window and there's like a yellow canary and two cardinals, and those are my favorite kinds of birds. The cardinals are my favorite birds. All right, that was a tangent. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed today's show. I hope that y'all are doing well. Please forgive me for being absent. I really wasn't planning on doing that. Again, it's just like when the mental health symptoms hit, I become like completely drained. And this is something that I'm gonna have to work on. But yeah. I also feel like, and maybe, this doesn't resonate with you, but for the ones who are spiritual out there, like, obviously mental health breaks and, experiences are difficult, like emotionally and psychologically. But I also feel like many of my mental health issues are like spiritual attacks. And when I say spiritual, I'm just talking about like light and dark, God and not God. Personally, I have a relationship with God, and I feel like whenever, yeah, the mental health issues come on, it is like, in a way, a spiritual attack because it's taking me away from my mission. And like, my mission, Virago, is to share the stories of athletes, because if one of y'all here hears the story and relates to it, then like that can help y'all from, spiraling out of control mentally, or just becoming depressed or inanimate. And like, having mental health issues unaddressed can pull you away from your purpose. And so if you're not in line with your purpose, then that's one person in the world who is not emitting light into the world. And therefore, we're having less light workers in the world, less people who are, aligned with God and doing God's work and like raising just the energy and the consciousness of society. So Anyway, um, yeah, I feel like this has also been like a spiritual attack for me. And I've been mentally and spiritually attacked from the time I was young, um, possibly because what my mission is on earth. But yeah, I've just been, you know, trying to, just trying to heal, and yeah, keep on pushing. So that's my message for myself and for anyone here today who's listening and who is going through something mentally. Like, I'm gonna challenge you to also like think about it as a spiritual attack, and like, um, we got to find ways to push through. We have to find ways to continue to push out, our purpose and our mission, because the enemy does not like it whenever we are bringing our light into the world. And mental health is and psychological attacks are like a very easy and clear way to pull people out of their purpose, to make them second guess what they're doing, and yada yada yada. So anyway, I'm done talking, and sharing about what has been going on for the last few months. I'll fill y'all in more at a later date. But today we are interviewing Shey Peddy, who is a wonderful basketball player, a professional basketball player, with experience in college, in the league, the WNBA, overseas, and most recently played for Athletes Unlimited. She is a wonderful soul who supports the Virago Project and who has a really cool story, and I think you're gonna love it. So let's dive into it. I am done talking for the morning. Y'all enjoy. Hey, y'all, welcome back to Virago Pod. This is a podcast that exists to support the mental health of women's sports athletes. Yay! Today we have an incredible guest joining us, Shey Peddy.
Ooh, hey.
So Shey is a professional basketball player. She's a guard who's known for her perseverance, impactful play, and clutch moments on the court. Born in Roxbury, Massachusetts, Shey started her collegiate career at Wright State before transferring to Temple University, where she became Atlantic 10 Player of the Year. Okay. And after being drafted by the Chicago Sky in 2012, she took a path playing overseas before returning to the WNBA with the Washington Mystics, and then later playing for the Phoenix Mercury, where she became known for her game-winning playoff three-pointer. What? Yes, I'm gonna have to find the highlight reel for that. She's now playing for Athletes Unlimited. She just wrapped up her season with them, and she is super passionate about personal development and mental health. And I look up to Shey because she is someone who I believe has done a really good job of finding her identity outside of sports, which is a lot about what Virago stands for. So Shey is a creative at heart, and right now she is not only pursuing basketball, but also pursuing other creative pursuits and passions of her own, which we'll get into later. But yeah, we're about to dive deep into Shey's journey through basketball and beyond, exploring her challenges, her growth, all of that, how she's navigating life as a creative soul at heart. And yeah, we're just going to keep this fun and casual. And yeah, hey,
Yes,
Shey.
sir. Hey, senor.
All right. How are you doing, Shey? I know we just talked, but
I'm good. I'm well. I'm excited for this. I'm excited to dive in and get this going.
all right, cool. So we're gonna start with some icebreakers, and yeah, just we got to break the ice
Okay.
because
Okay.
you're nervous, I'm nervous. Like, we just got to
A
break
lot
this
of
up.
tension over here.
Too much attention. Too much attention. Okay, so first of all, you're a baller. So how tall are you? I gotta know.
5'7". 5'7.5" on a good day. On a great day, I'm 5'8", but 5'7".
Okay, all right. So who's the tallest player you've ever played with?
Uh, Brittany Griner for sure. I think she is 6'7", 6'9". I don't want to show her some inches, but VG's up there for sure. Hands down, tallest player.
Yeah. What about the shortest player?
The shortest player, I think Leilani Mitchell. I think she might be like 5'5", 5'6". She was still a
Dang.
beast, can shoot the rock, but I think she's probably one of the shortest people I play with. She's
I got
barely underneath me, so I'm not. It's not saying a lot.
Do you think that size really matters, like across the board with basketball? I don't really know. I mean, I played
I
volleyball.
don't think so. I think if you can learn to navigate your lane and use your height to your advantage, you'll be all right. Like I'm not the tallest person, and I still make it work. There's been players who I think like 5'5", 5'4". You just find a way.
Okay. All right. So for short queens out there, you got this.
You got to stand the PGs, I'm the point guards.
So another icebreakers, or some more icebreakers. Tell me what your favorite pregame hype song is. Like used to be favorite hype song and current favorite hype song.
I think it would have to be "Freestyle" by Lil Baby. I think previously and current, like no matter what the time is, like that song goes hard and it just gets you in the mood, and like I'm just ready to go. I'm just ready to go after that.
I got you. So that's current for current
Yeah,
and
current. That's just never leaving rotation at all. I'm in my scissor phase right now, so I'll throw on some R&B real quick, but hype definitely "Freestyle" by Lil Baby.
I got you. I gotta get out of my scissor phase. I'm done with it. I need to move on.
You,
Move on. Let it
Evo.
go.
It's hits after hits though. Like, come on.
She does. She does. Okay, so tell me about a hidden talent that you have that no one knows about or few people know about, if you have one.
I honestly don't think I have a hidden talent. Like, maybe I can do the worm. I don't know if that's like a hidden talent, but not many people. Oh, I could double dutch. I feel like that's a lost art. I know how to double dutch. I was on a double dutch team growing up.
What?
Um,
Okay.
yeah.
Have you brought it into the gym before?
No, no.
Dang.
That's a part of my past that I keep tucked away. But I haven't double dutched in years, but I was pretty nice at it back in the day. Back
I
in the
can
day, like I'm that old. Back
I
in
can
my childhood. In my childhood.
I can see it being like a good warm up, get the team
Oh
relaxed.
yeah. There
Double
are
dutch.
people like you get the speed ones who just like go like after every tick or like about a minute, da, 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 like that's a good one for you. Get your heart rate up for sure.
Yeah. I'm really bad at jumping rope and double dutch, but that's cool that you are good at it and that you were on a team. I feel like not a lot of people can say that. Okay, so last icebreaker. Actually, wait, this isn't the last icebreaker.
Sorry.
But soon to be the last of this section. Tell me one thing that's been bugging you lately, and tell me one thing that's been bringing you joy lately.
One thing that's been bugging me lately. hmm, Well, I just bought a house, so I'm really into my house and trying to get things in order. So cutting the grass has been bugging me. I try to cut the grass. I am not good at it, and everybody around me has like great grass. So that's been bugging me. And what's been bringing me joy is honestly being in my house. Like I'm excited. I just purchased this house like 5 months ago, so I'm still in that honeymoon phase, and I love my house. Like I love being here. It just brings me peace and calmness. And yeah, I love my house.
And congrats on buying your new house, and hopefully the spring allergies don't get to you too much while
Yeah,
you're.
fortunately for me, I don't have any allergies, so hopefully it stays that way because I see it out here. People are struggling. It's a struggle.
It,
It's
it
a struggle out here.
it really is, and it just hit South Carolina. So where are you? Where's your house?
Houston, Texas.
Nice. Okay.
Houston, Texas. My best friend moved out here about 2 years ago, and I came to visit, and I fell in love with the area that I got my house in. I love the weather. It's good weather. It's pretty diverse down here, so far so good.
All right.
So far so good.
Houston, Houston.
H
Um, H Town. Tell Megan we say hey, hello.
or Beyonce.
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna do one little more icebreaker game. It's real quick. It's this or
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Okay. And you just gotta first thing that comes to your head. Okay, so coffee or tea?
T.
Morning or night?
Night.
Meg or Beyonce?
Beyonce.
Home game or away game?
Home game.
Digital film or digital or film photography.
Digital.
All right. City or beach?
Beach. Beach.
City or mountains?
City.
Mountains or beach?
Beach.
I can see that coming. Um, okay, and we already did morning or night, but I forgot what you said, so we're gonna do this last one. Night owl or early bird?
Night owl.
Got you.
Night owl. I am not a morning person at all.
Mhm.
I've gotten better. I definitely gotten better, but that's not my thing.
What time do you go to bed usually?
Uh, Probably later than 11, between 11, 12, 1,
Gosh.
1, yeah. But uh, I'll try to be in bed by 11. And then from there, we'll just see what happens. But yeah, I'm up
Yeah.
pretty late.
Might scroll a little bit, might just
Oh, your thoughts get to going. You got all these ideas going, and just want to come to you at midnight. Like, where was this a couple hours ago when I was up doing nothing? Just
do you write
yeah.
them down or what do you do when those thoughts?
No, I just stay in bed and I just let them do their thing. And in the morning, I forget. I forget what kept me up all night, and it's just a reoccurring cycle.
Got you. All right. So that was fun. The ice is broken. I feel like the ice is broken. Do you feel like,
Yeah, I feel like we're good. I feel like you
yeah,
know me a little bit. We
you know,
here
a little bit.
just a little bit.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna dive in, and I think that you have a really cool story, and thank you again for being here today. But yeah, I want to share with our listeners, or I want you to share with our listeners just about your upbringing and kind of how you just came of age to get to where you are now. So tell me what it was like growing up in Roxbury, and how did your childhood shape who you are today?
I love growing up in Roxbury. Growing up, you couldn't tell me that my city wasn't the best city on earth. And my community was very family oriented. Everybody looked out for each other, supported each other. There was always kids outside. We was always playing, competing with one another. And because I was an only child, I never felt lonely. Like there was always something to do. There was always something to play, someone to play with. So I love that part about Roxbury. Um, and it kind of just shaped me because I was able to see firsthand, what it meant to work hard and for people to push through adversity. And then for me, I just kind of like had the mindset instilled of like perseverance and always being able to adapt regardless of the situation on and off the court.
I got you. So how many siblings did you have?
I have two younger brothers. My one brother I didn't grow up with in the house, and then my youngest brother, we're 12 years apart. So I was pretty much an only child until I was 12 years old. And then he came along, which I love him to death. But I also had a lot of cousins, a lot of cousins. So I was able to go outside with friends, go with family, and I was able to come home and have my peace, and I had to worry about sharing my clothes with my siblings and my toys. So I kind of had the best of both worlds.
Did so your cousins and everything lived like right around you, so it was kind of like a
Yeah, majority of my family lived in Boston. We all stayed around each other.
nice.
Everybody was
Cold
close.
as hell. Cold as hell. How'd you deal with that
Listen,
part?
listen. That's exactly why I moved to Houston. Like, I got to a point where, like, if I don't have to stay in Boston, I'm not staying in Boston. Like, because the snowstorms and shoveling and below zero, like, nah, that's not me. That's why you said city or beach. I'm like, I used to be a city person at heart, but like, I love a good beach now, like just to relax and be by the water. So yes, it's way too cold in Boston. Way too cold.
Well, I'm glad you found your home, your second home in Houston.
Yeah.
So how old were you when you fell in love with basketball, and who inspired you to start playing, and kind of, who was there to get you going?
Right. So I don't know what age I fell in love with basketball. I feel like from the moment I was born, I just loved the game. Like my mom and godmother both played, so they really introduced me to the game at an early age. So they obviously inspired me. And keeping it in, my little Roxbury bubble, I was inspired by people who was from my city and they made it out. So like Will Blaylock, he was from my neighborhood. He went to Iowa State. He ended up playing in the NBA.
Nice.
I was able to see his work ethic day in and day out, and I went number 11 because of him. So that was pretty cool to have him in my life. And then Tyan Cardoza, she was a Roxbury legend. She played basketball. And she was a family friend who played with my mom growing up. I was able to, build a relationship with her. And then full circle moment, I transferred to Temple, and she's the head coach at Temple, so I was able to play for her. So that was a blessing for me. How people like feel about like Don Staley or like Neil Ivy, like that's how I felt about Tyan Cardozo. So to the play for my mentor was amazing. And then another inspiration was Michelle Edwards. She was, I think, the first female from Boston to play in the WNBA for the Cleveland Rockets, who was one of the original WNBA teams when it first began. So to have those three people in my life that I could see like firsthand what it took to like work hard and be able to get out, like those are hands on my inspirations.
Wow, you were really surrounded by like legends coming up.
Legends. Like I was blessed. That was very pivotal in my childhood.
So, you said that your mom and your family or some of your family members had some relationships with these people. Were any of them around your age? Like, Will, did you go to high school with him, or how did you?
Will was probably about maybe 5, 6 years older than me, so similar in ages, but like he was just like with in my community, we had like two community gyms, and he was in there day in and day out. And then that's what, like, if you wanted to be in my community, like basketball was a thing. Like everybody was in a gym working out, trying to be better than the other cities, other communities. So yeah, I was just watching him just go through his shooting, his training, how he stayed out of trouble, kind of kept his head on a straight path. So that was pretty cool to see.
I got you. Um, so you're surrounded by all these legends. You're in a strong basketball community. Who knew Roxbury, Boston?
Listen, Boston is a city of champs. It's a basketball city. We need
I
we
mean,
need the love and support from everybody.
I'm guessing you're a Celtics fan,
Of
like
course.
number one above all. Okay.
I was gonna wear my Celtics hat, but I didn't want to, do too much on your podcast.
St.
But
Patrick's Day. Why are you not wearing your Celtics
it
hat?
is St. Patty's Day. Look at me slipping.
You need to go get it.
Yeah,
I'm
thanks,
kidding.
man.
Um, all right. So when did you okay, so you're surrounded by greatness, you're in a basketball city. Um, when did you realize like this was going to be a path for you, that you were really going to pursue this and that you could?
uh, I think like honestly, probably like sophomore, junior year in high school. A lot of my classmates were around the time filling out applications for college and trying to get like grants and scholarships. And I was receiving letters, from schools offering me full rides. And I had to sit down with my family, like, look at here, like, look, like this little orange ball can get me out of here and, give me a full ride to college and not have to come out of anybody's pockets. And obviously I've been doing a major favor to my family. So I think once then it was like, all right, I need to really lock in because there's actually people out here who don't have the luxury of being able to play basketball and get an opportunity to go to college completely free. So I definitely tapped into that around that time and knew like this is something that could take me above and beyond.
So so obviously, you started at Wright State and then you transferred to Temple. But what schools were you looking at around, the time that you were being recruited? And were those the schools that you wanted to go to, right? And then Temple, obviously, the coach, you have that.
Yeah, I was looking at Michigan State, Marquette, Providence, and then Wright State. Like Temple wasn't really in the picture at this point. So I got started late in my recruitment. I didn't handle the process the best way, so my choices quickly narrowed down. So it came down to Providence and Wright State, and then I eventually ended up going with Wright State just because I like the campus. The coach was nice and the players. I really felt like I can go there and make a name for myself and at a school that wasn't really big on the map.
I got you. Um, so tell me, I feel like you mentioned you mentioned for a second like you didn't handle the recruitment process that well. And I know we have some like younger listeners and like coaches listening too. And like if you're comfortable like sharing, kind of how
Mhm.
you navigated that process and all. I know there's someone out there who can use the
Yeah, well, I don't know if the rules have changed now, but I would definitely say utilize your 5 visits. For me, this is so I really don't understand why, but like some schools I would go visit, and I think just like having like haters in my ear, like, that school don't want you, you're not good enough, like you're gonna go down there and them girls are just gonna just like go at you and let you know how much you suck. Like really, this people are telling me this. So like the day before I would get on the flight or the day of the flight, I just wouldn't get on the flight. Like I just wouldn't go to my visit because I'm like, nah, they're not about to get me. Like they don't even want me at their school. Like this is not happening. So like I just like one school I was going to visit, and then like, and you know how people just be in your ear like, nah, they got some rough girls out there. Like you go out there, they gonna really give it to you. And I'm like, what? Like what is this? So I think for me, like I just wasn't going on visits, and obviously that's not a good way to, make an impression on coaches in school. So don't do what I do. Like go get on the flight and at least go
Yeah.
visit for yourself. But I end up going to Wright State, and I'm glad I did because I was able to see for myself like what it's like, what my life could be like once I leave Boston. I definitely wanted to get away from Boston, so that helped a lot with the decision. But yeah, take your visits, narrow down and make sure you got people that you trust in your circle. More of the story.
I got you. Okay, so tell me before we move on to the next section, can you tell me a little bit like how you were as a high school athlete while undergoing the whole recruitment process, and all of that? Because I feel like those are such foundational years, and whenever we
Mhm.
go to like, obviously you go to college and then you go to the league and like you change so much, but I'm really interested to hear like how young Shey was back in high school. Like what
Uh,
were you up to? Like who were you?
I think I was almost the same person. Like I'm a very humble person, so like I didn't really care about stats and like scoring a lot of points. Like I was the type of teammate where like if somebody was on a bench didn't get a lot of playing times, I'm telling the coach, hey, put so and so in, like let so and so get a shot. Though, obviously I had a lot of friends because I played basketball, but you can see me with all types of crowds. Like I went to predominantly white high school. So I'm with the white crowd, I'm with the black crowd, I'm with the goths, I'm like with the band people. Like I'm just the nerds. Like I was literally all over the place. Like I wanted to be friends with everybody, not just like put me in the box. So I think everybody enjoyed that about me. Like I wasn't like one of them cocky athletes like
Yeah.
walking around. Like I literally got along with everybody. Like teachers loved me. Like I was a smooth talker, like can get my way out of it. Get my way out of anything. Like life in high school was the best years of my life. Like I would do high school all over again because it's like they adore me out there, and I think going to a predominantly white school would definitely
They
definitely help me.
adored me, not you
They like I'm not
adored.
even lying. Like that sounds crazy, but you ask anybody. I went to Melrose High School, and like I could have got away with murder out there. And like I don't know what it was, but I appreciate that because they helped me see a different side of life. Like, being from Boston in a city is predominantly Black people. And I didn't experience a lot of like white people or different types of cultures until I really went out there and saw for myself. So I think they gave me a heads up on like how the world is going to be and like got me out of my little bubble and being in the city. But yeah, high school Shea was a trip.
Sounds like I don't know. You're a good friend, and it sounds like
I
you
was a
have.
good friend. I was like good friend, good teammate, good student. I didn't get in a lot of trouble. If I did, like I said, I talked my way out of it. And if it wasn't my fault. Like if I got in trouble, it
Yeah,
wasn't my fault. Like it
no,
was not my fault. Like, but nah, I was a good student, good friend. Stuck up for the little people. That was me.
you gotta have someone be a vigilante out here. Um, all right. So let's talk more about this college journey of yours and the transition into this next chapter of your life after high school. So tell me about your first few years at Wright State. Actually, tell me about your first year at Wright State and kind of what your mindset was going in. Um, yeah.
Well, I remember summer going into Wright State was a shocker for sure because I thought we was gonna come in and just like practice. I get to come in and show them what I'm capable of. And I think the first 2 months during summer session, we didn't touch a basketball. Like we was in the weight room, learning how to squat, doing abs, and it was kicking my ass. Like I was like, I cannot do another crunch or a squat. It wasn't perfect. You had to start again. This is like not even with weight, just the bar and that little thing. Like my body was hurting for like 2 weeks straight. I remember calling my mom like, I quit. Like I haven't touched a basketball yet. Like this is not it. She's like, no, you gotta stay there and you gotta just push through. And then obviously I did, but I learned a lot. You realize that you're not as good as you think. Like, you know, as coming out of high school, like, oh, I'm the best, I'm the best. You get to college, like these are some of them are grown women. Like they got that muscle weight on them, the experience, and they just ready for you to come in. Like, oh, you're a little freshman. You think you got it, right? Nah, they will humble you very quickly, very quickly. So that was an adjustment in itself, and realize I'm not the best player on the team anymore. But once the season got going, I got comfortable. I was able to win freshman of the year. Uh, I think I won defensive player of the year or defensive team. I think I was on defensive team in at Wright State, and it was a good foundation to start, a good starting place for me for sure.
So, did you expect yourself to be such a force on the court as a freshman? I mean, obviously, you're a freshman,
Mhm.
so to get defensive player of the year.
No,
Uh,
I lied. I was not a defensive player. I think I made like defensive team. I don't want to misquote myself. That was at Temple University. At Wright State, I think I made like defensive team or like
okay.
something with defense. Yeah.
Well, still that's still notable, for a freshman to come in and be able to make an impact and have your name listed on any of those kinds of like teams at the end of the season. So, was that something that you expected and that the coaches expected, or did you just kind of find your flow and at the end of the season you were like, wow, look what I did?
Yeah, I think I didn't expect it at all, but like I said, I kind of just found my flow, and I think I fit in that system. Like the system fit my game. I was able to find my confidence early on. Luckily, I had seniors, upperclassmen, who encouraged me, to take over a team if I have to, like lead the team and play my game. So I was never restricted in any way, and I think that helped with my transition to just seamlessly fit right in and get comfortable for sure.
So, you just talked about your upperclassmen and how they, were sort of leaders for you and helping you get comfortable and encouraging you to be yourself. It seems to me, I mean, you're a guard, so maybe this is just like an innate thing, but like that leadership aspect that you have in you, can you tell me more about that and sort of what your leadership mindset has been like from the time you first stepped foot on campus to play ball?
Yeah, I think, like I said, being a point guard, you have to have a sense of leadership and being able to, lead a team in the right direction. But I feel like for me, like I didn't take on that responsibility until I got to Temple. Like I wasn't originally a point guard. Like I was like more of a two in high school and at Wright State. Like I can play the point guard, but that wasn't my position. So when I got to Temple, like my coach challenged me to like speak up more, be more vocal. I was always the type of leader, like I showed through my actions. Like I'm not gonna be voicing my opinion or yelling, but like that really forced me to get out of my comfort zone. And I think that's what gravitates people towards me, because not only do I, say X, Y, and Z, but I go and show it. Like if I'm saying like you need to do this on defense, you need to do this. Like I'm making sure that I'm setting an example. Like I'm making sure that I'm doing this, so I'm not like looking like a hypocrite out
Mhm.
here. So I definitely appreciate my college coach for seeing or making me become, turning me into a point guard, I should say, because I think that really changed the direction of my career and my game itself. It evolved more, had more responsibility, and I was able to showcase more what I can do.
So was that a natural transition for you when you got to Temple and started playing point, and your coach is sitting there telling you to, be more verbal, and you just coming into your own as that go-to person? Like, was that natural for you?
No, it wasn't natural at all. Like I remember the times like I would get in trouble in practice for not speaking, like not calling the screen or not speaking on defense or not calling the play or not knowing everybody's position in the play. Because as a point guard, you got to know everybody's position, where they're supposed to be. And I was just very mute. And we would be on the line running, like if Shey don't talk, we running. And it'd be so many times I'm making my teammates run and run and run. So it got to the point where like, all right, now I'm being selfish. Like
Yeah.
all I gotta do is just say these words and this words. And then from then it just naturally just started happening. Now I found myself talking too much. Like, all right, Shey, like, shut up. I'm tired of hearing you. Like, you all right, now you're doing too much. But like, yeah, if I wasn't being like disciplined for it, and I realized like not even myself, realized like my teammates are being punished for something that's super silly, like
Yeah.
that's selfish as hell. So I switched up really quickly, and from there it just kind of just stayed with me.
I got you. Servant leader. We love that.
I try.
Servant, yes. Um, all right. So tell me about the final years at Temple where you wrapped up. What were some challenges that you overcome? What were some big moments too, that happened while you were there?
I won as the A10 Player of the Year and
Mhm.
Defensive Player of the Year my senior year. Um, those was huge awards because I think I was one of the first players in the conference to do that in a while. And that goes to show like I play defense and offense. So like I
Yeah.
was cool. It was cool about the Player of the Year award. But I really prided myself on defense, and that award meant a lot to me. Meant a lot. Our team making the tournament, made the tournament one year, and we got to play against Notre Dame when they had Skylar Diggins, and they went to the Final Four or maybe the championship that year. So just like playing against elite competition and like quote unquote stars, it was like, all right, like we here, like this is a monumental moment. And then I would
How'd
have to
y'all
say
hold
getting
up?
back.
How'd y'all hold
Yeah,
up?
I was like, okay, like I was guarding Skylar Diggins, like what was
Right.
you doing, like so what else? And I was like getting drafted. Like I got drafted to Chicago Sky,
Yeah.
and it was like in the middle of class. Like I had class, the draft was on in the middle of the day. I left class, went to the offices with my coaches and some of my teammates, and it's like, oh, second round pick, boo boo, Shey Peddy. It's like, oh, we cheer, cheer, cheer. And it's like, all right, I gotta get back to class. I just like went back to class. Like it was like like nothing happened, but I called my mom and they're all at the bar like celebrating and everybody's like super happy. So that was very monumental for me and it meant a lot.
So did you, okay, first of all, that's hilarious. You were in class and just had a
In
minute.
class, like
Like, oh, I guess I'm going to Chicago. So did you celebrate that night or what
oh
happened?
yeah. I went out with a couple of friends at the time. We went out celebrated. Not too much though, because yeah, not too much, but we celebrated. We celebrated.
Um, it seems like you had a really good college career, like from Wright to Temple, like you
Mm-hmm.
stayed on your business. Um, I'm assuming maybe you can tell us like what was before we move forward, what was the student life like at university or in college? Were you
I was
somebody?
I'm not gonna sit up here and lie. I was an average student. Like
Okay.
I wasn't skipping classes, ABC category ranges.
Mhm.
Like I did enough to not get in trouble and stay out of study hall. But I
Yeah.
wouldn't say that I completely applied myself day in and day out to athletics. I knew early on this is a bad mentality, but I knew like basketball was gonna get me to where I was going, and
Yeah.
I just got to get through these classes to be able to continue to play. So,
Do you think that's a bad mentality?
uh, I think it's a real mentality. I do think it's bad because you don't really apply yourself. Like, I wish I could go back now and stuff I learned like in psychology and really be able to apply it to today's life. You know, just things that I've learned and just being completely tuned in. Like, you know, some workouts I'm coming from a 6 a.m. workout. You got me in history or science or something. It's probably very interesting what you're saying, but I'm half asleep now. Like, you know, like I
Right.
can't focus. And it's just like it took away from being a completely student athlete in my eyes because it was just like nothing. School wasn't never really an interest of mine. To,
I got
to
you.
be
Um, what did you major in?
psychology.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
and you do have a strong interest in that, obviously, since you
hmm
majored. Yeah.
Like I would like to tap into it a little bit more, which means probably going back to school, which I'm like hesitant about. But like growing up, I was always curious about like why people did the things they did or thought the way they thought. So that's
Yeah.
kind of what led me to like, all right, let me go to psychology and see if I can get some answers for myself.
Did you find any?
I didn't find it. I didn't find all of them. I didn't find all of them. A lot of people had to like self-diagnose myself. Like, you know, we don't have a cure for you, but this is where I'm placing you. But no.
Okay. Um, all right. So mentally in college, how would you say you were doing?
At the time, I was thriving. You couldn't tell me anything. But looking back at it, I felt like it was a lot going on. Like, you know, being one of the top players on the team and like, you know, again, I don't know how athletics are today, but it was always a push through or, you know, you got to suck it up mentality. Like you always had to be perfect. You wasn't allowed to have mental health issues. Like, you know, you're all right. So we always had to push our problems behind us and like, you know, go about life. Like, all right, it is what it is. Like, you know, push through, you got it. You don't got time, suck it up. And I don't think that was healthy for not just for me, just for any athlete. Like you should be a way to disattach from the sport in a healthy way without like coaches or program members
Mhm.
all in your face, like making you feel like what you're feeling isn't valid.
Did you ever feel like there were times when maybe you were struggling and um, it just wasn't something that was ever talked about? And how did
Oh yeah,
you
for sure. I
navigate
think
that?
it was like even a few games. I remember it was like a rough patch. A few times I'll have like a month or so, just like bad play. And
Mhm.
it was just a lot going on with school, with family, with the pressure of performing and not being able to properly reiterate that to my team, my coaches, like, you know, or just like ask for help and just feeling ashamed, like, or like feeling like I couldn't ask for help, like feeling like I had to do everything my own way and figured out a solution myself. So at times I think it made it harder because eventually you find a way, but it's like I could have found a much easier path. Like if it was just allowed to speak my feelings without you thinking it's something different. Like, no, it's not an excuse. Like, no, I'm actually going through a lot right now and I just need help, like navigating this. You know, I am a kid. I'm still a kid. I'm, you know, 18, 19. Like, I don't have all the answers yet. I know you have high hopes for me, but I am not there right now.
My
So,
brain is still
you
developing.
know, in case you forgot, like, in
Yeah.
case you forgot.
So what did you do during those times? How'd you cope?
I stayed to myself. That was my big coping mechanism for me. I kept everything inside until it got too much and it just came out. Like me, like I'll be in practice a few times and like the coach yell at me for something small and I'll just blow up. And then I'll have to go and be like, all right, it's not you. It's the five other things that happened before. And now everything it just like came out. And I think if you when you know me, you know like that's how I am. Like I only get to that point when it's like my breaking point. Like I can't take no more. So that was how I dealt with it. I didn't that was the only way I felt like I can get through was just holding it all in. I didn't really have anybody I felt that I can trust enough to speak with and not feel like judged or, you know, looked at a certain way. If that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, it does. Um, okay, so let's transition into the W and your professional career. So can you tell me what it was like going into Chicago, fresh meat, like
Right.
finally you made it, you're in the league, and to play for the Chicago Sky is like insane. So what was that like? Like what were you feeling at that moment? Tell me about your mentals, tell me about, yeah, just everything about that time.
Yeah, I was feeling like at the moment, like, yeah, I made it. I'm here. I'm on the WNBA team. And then once training camp started going on, and you realize again you're not the best, you're not the best player on your team. It was a lesson that was hard for me because it was the first time I actually didn't make the team. So I got drafted, but I didn't make the team. I got cut. And that was the first time in my life that I have never made a team. Like I've always tried out for a team, made it, no problem. So when I got there, like I didn't even really consider the possibility that I might get cut. And when I did, uh, that messed with me. That messed with my head up big time because you felt like a sense of like your ego gets in the way. You go back to your family and friends, like, oh, you didn't make the team, why not? I just wasn't that good. Oh, you should be in the league. Like, oh, you should be on that team. And like, yeah, no, you're right. I should, but just feeling like I'm not good enough. Like for the first time, like you're not good enough, and that was a hard pill to swallow at first. But in return, it forced me to go even harder. Like, all right, I wasn't good. I've been like, I guess, coasting this whole time. I can get better. There's room for improvement. So let me get back in the gym and, get to work, which is essentially what I did.
All right, so tell me about all of that. We got to unpack this a little bit. Because like, yeah, I know that can be a freaking challenge not making a team. Especially like y'all gonna recruit me and then you're gonna cut me? I'm sorry.
Exactly. And then they wait so long in the process. I remember we was on our way to it was after we had played an away game. We played like two scrimmages. And so we're on the bench. I mean, we're on the bus about to get off and head to the airport. And they pulled me aside and it's like, hey, just so you know, we appreciate you being here, but we got to cut you right now. I was like, what? Like, you don't cut me right now? Like, yeah, your stuff in Chicago. We can ship it to you. Or you can redirect you to where you want to go back to. I was in Philly at the time. You go back to Philly and stay. And I was saying, like, damn, this is how y'all do me, like, at the airport. And that just was like the reality of it. Like, they will cut you anywhere, anytime. And it just doesn't matter. You just have to just get your stuff in. That's it. Like,
That's
that's it.
cold. That's so cold. All
Whole
right.
world out here.
So like tell me, like, how'd you rebuild? You told me, like, you eventually got back into the gym,
Mhm.
but like that ego,
Yeah.
that was getting teared down and all of that. How'd you work through that and get yourself back to the mindset of like, all right, we got to strap up and just do this
Yeah.
again? And then you continue to play. So tell me about
Right.
that too.
I kind of just isolated myself. Like went back to that there, just isolated myself. Like I got tired of hearing people like keep asking me, why aren't you playing in WNBA? Like what happened? What happened? And like just having like my answers not changing. Like they didn't want me or I wasn't good enough. And I really had to sit with myself and be like, all right, why don't you feel like you're good enough? Like maybe at the time what I was offering, they didn't need, or maybe I just didn't apply myself as much as I should. So I just had to like look internally and be like, all right, it's not them. Like at this point, it could have been me. Like, I could have been working harder. Like I could have
Mhm.
came in with a little bit more intensity and was speaking up in practice. Like, went back to my old self and not speaking at all. So once I just kind of like figured out what I thought were the reasons, I just stayed in the gym. Stayed in the gym, went overseas, played my first year in Israel, had a pretty good year. The second summer, I got invited by Washington to go to camp. I got cut again. And then at that point, I was like, all right, the W, like, that's not for me. Like, I mean, coming from like a mid-major school is always like, I don't got the hype behind me. Like, that's just not for me, and that's okay because I'm gonna make my money overseas. I'm
Yeah.
still playing professionally. I'm still being able to take care of myself and my family. And I just kind of focusing on that. Like after the second time, I let go of the idea of the WNBA because I'm like, this is not going to be the end all be all. Nor did I want people to feel like, oh, because you didn't make it to your main goal, everything you done is a waste. And it's not. Like I was still able to travel the world, see the world,
Right.
meet dope people, experience different cultures. By continuing to stay with it.
Yeah. That's perseverance for sure. And also like for listeners, like the league was smaller back then than it is today now too. So like you're drafted in the second round in like the best league in the world.
Mhm.
And then there's only how many spots available in that league at that moment? Like,
I think at the time it was 11 spots. I think right now it's 12. So it was like 10, 11. He says it wasn't that many teams, and it's
yeah,
like you got players who's already on guaranteed contracts. So it's like once you like the first rounders already have a tough time making that rosters.
right.
Second rounders is like, whoo, you gotta really like put in some work. And it's like unfortunately third rounders is like you gotta be a miracle. You might just be here, just be a practice player for, in some cases, unfortunately. So
Right.
it was tough in itself. Like it's not easy making a WNBA roster. It's not easy making any professional team roster, but in particular the WNBA with spots being limited and the
Yeah.
amount of talent that's surrounded in the league.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you have so many amazing players across the world who will never see the league just because it's like it's small.
Mhm.
But so tell me about being overseas, and did you enjoy that experience for the most part? How many years overseas did you play, and like how did you navigate the challenges of being away from home?
Oh yeah, I loved my experience overseas. I think I played like 10 years, 10, 11 years overseas. I got to travel, like I said, Israel, France, Spain, Germany, Turkey. I was in Turkey for a good while. And I really enjoyed the experience. I really enjoy, learning about different cultures. Like I'm a foodie, so that was a big thing for me to go and try all types of food. I enjoy trying to learn the language. Like, I wasn't fluent, but like I made the effort to, if I'm going to be over here for 8, 9 months, the least I can do is try to learn the native tongue and seem, try to blend in or give off like, I am being considerate. So yeah, I loved everything about overseas life.
Nice. Um, so traveling is a really, in my opinion, surefire way to just like expand the mind and learn. So, what
Mhm.
were some things that you learned just about yourself and the world and like life while you were over there? How did that experience of being overseas for 10 years open your mind, and what did it teach you about yourself and life?
Uh, For one, I think in life it taught me, that I really enjoy being alone in the sense of like being able to take myself out to a restaurant and just sit down and eat, be myself. Like if I'm in like Turkey or somewhere, I have like the weekend off. All right, I want to take a trip here and explore the island, explore what this city is like, and not necessarily need somebody to go with me. And I think just being away from my family for so long, it taught me to just be more independent. And just trust myself, have fun. Like, I think sometimes as people, we're not grateful for the opportunities that we have in front of us. And like, when am I ever going to get a chance to fly to all these countries for free, play on somebody else's dime,
Mhm.
get all these stamps in my passport just from playing basketball. So I really wanted to take advantage of every opportunity while I was out there. And yeah, get the most out of it, the most out of the experience.
Sounds like a beautiful experience. So what about people? Like what types of people did you run into while you were overseas? And yeah, did you learn anything just about people? Because obviously like you ran into a bunch of different cultures, probably met a ton of different people. So what were your takes on that?
Yeah, I have good things to say about the people that I come across overseas, especially like my teammates. Those are the people who I was around the most. I appreciate a lot of them because they took the time and was like kind of like our translator sometimes. Like if the coach didn't speak English too well, there'd be players who would pull us to the side and like translate for us, or making sure that we go into the best restaurants. We're in the safest neighborhoods. We're not like drifting off to places we shouldn't be.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I think everybody just was very welcoming from my experience. Everybody's very welcoming, very loving. Like I appreciate everybody that I came across. And I feel like coming from America, sometimes we have like, I don't say we, but it's like this idea of what people might be like because of they live in this country, and going there and seeing for myself, like, no, these people are everyday people, loving people, who love their family, love their countries, just like we do, and just making an honest living. So I think it was good to like break a couple of stereotypes that I had in my mind from being from America and being able to go over there and firsthand experience the
Yeah,
people, the culture, the places myself.
I got you. And what was your favorite place to eat? Your favorite country to eat in? If you had to choose
Spain,
one, Spain?
Spain,
You said that fast.
Spain, paella. I think it's
Yeah.
paella. Bomb,
Mm, I love pet.
bomb. Like they be making like on the street too, like the street food version. Just big
Yes.
old pot, just going to
Yeah.
work.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so last section of this interview, and I promise I'll let you go soon. Thank you so much for your patience. But tell me about who you are now and sort of how you've been kind of finding your identity outside of sport. Like I know you're getting into photography. I've seen some of your photos on your Instagram, but tell me how you started kind of just exploring yourself outside of basketball and how that journey's been for you.
Yeah, I think I started exploring myself outside of basketball just from being around some of my teammates who play professionally, and just seeing them have different endeavors off the court that's successful. Like they are the top of the game on the court, but everybody has things they and passions off the court, like fashion. You got chefs, you got people who want to be a designer, whatever the case may be. And I had to sit back and was like, you don't have to be like all about basketball. Like your life doesn't have to be surrounded by basketball. And I remember one day I was sitting there like, what do I like to do? Like, yeah, I like to play basketball. I like to have fun, but like, what else makes me happy? And I sat there and I remember like when I was younger, I loved photography. Like in high school, I was on the yearbook committee, and my job was to take pictures of like the students in the hallways and like capturing the moment, like kind of like all candids. So I was like, all right, I really enjoy this, and I wanted to take photography in high school. But my parents wouldn't pay for the camera, so I couldn't enroll in a class. But I had like my little digital one that I would take. And I was like, okay, I really like capturing the moment. So I said I got into photography that way, and a little bit of videography. Like I started a channel called Petty Views, where um, I went around my teammates throughout the whole season and just kind of like filmed us all, just having a good time, and just wanted to get that content out there to the world.
I have not seen this YouTube channel. I'm writing this down right now. So
Listen, it wasn't branded well. It was mainly just something I wanted to do just to kill time. Like to be honest, like I was like, I just want to put it out there to put it out there. So like I learned how to like I did all the editing myself, which is tough because I was like, this is too this is too much. So it was like an episode a month I was able to get out, but I just wanted to see, like, I just wanted to do something. Like, I know with me, like, I start a lot of things, but I don't finish. So I was
yeah.
like, you know what, this is gonna force me to finish. And like, my teammates were very supportive. Like, they was holding me accountable. Like, we haven't seen the episode yet. Where's your camera? Like, you're not filming. So that helped a lot. So I kind of shied away from it. Now it's like, all right, I like photography. Like, I want to go back to pictures. Like, I just not like being behind the camera, whatever
Yeah.
that means. I'm behind the camera. Now check me out, Petty Views. See,
Petty
it's a
Views.
little, it's a little episode.
Is that a play on words? Is it like
Yeah, because
is
my
it
last name's
is it
Petty, so
D or is it TT on
it's
the
D.
okay.
It's D. It's Diddy. It's deep, but it was a little pettiness in it because I'm very petty. So it was like it all like kind of it all ties together. It all ties together. But
That's so funny.
it was a cute show. It was cute.
Petty views. All right, I'm gonna look that up. So did kind of finding yourself creatively outside of sport, like how has that helped you on the court? And um, yeah, how do you plan to continue to pursue those endeavors after you are ready to put the jersey down?
um, well, I think picking up photography has calmed me in the sense of basketball, in a sense of like before basketball was like my safe place. Like if I needed time to clear my mind, I'm going on the court, which is now I feel like it's my camera. Like if I'm stressed or something, I'm taking my camera and I'm just like going up and down the streets, just shooting it. And it kind of just replaced basketball in a way that I'm able to show a different side of me, like a creative side of me, and not be judged. I
Yeah.
think that's like the cool part about it. And then hopefully you see me out here, doing wedding pictures or portraits or something like live shoots. When I was with AU, they allowed me to get a camera and shoot some in-game footage, which was really fun for me. So I got some practice and then got that crossed off my bucket list.
Mhm.
So maybe some more like in-game action shots, but I definitely want to do something with the camera, something, whether it's photography, whether it's directing like a video or something, anything behind the scenes is fingers crossed.
Where you're at. I believe you're gonna do it. So where can we look at your photography today, and just like follow you along so we can see this evolution
Well, it's
of
Petty Views on Instagram. I think it's Petty Views with like an underscore. I've only posted two pictures so far. Like I just started the page, but the YouTube videos are up. I call Petty Views as well. I'm not as consistent, but like I said, this is the year of starting and finishing. So I'm at 2 posts now. Hopefully, the goal is to post something at least once or twice a week, and just build up that way. I have this thing where it's like, um, I'm like hesitant to post because like you're afraid like, oh, it's not the best picture. Oh, this doesn't look the best. But like this page is just for me to like not even care,
yeah.
and don't care about the likes, don't care about how many followers, just like put it out there, and it's just my art. And
It's a
it'll get better. It'll get better as time goes on.
all right, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna send you my burner art account with bad art on it after this that I'm not gonna say on this podcast. And
Well,
then
yeah, then you know
I'll
what?
follow yours. And then you're gonna see me post ugly shit, and I'm gonna see you post beautiful things. And yeah, we'll hold each
Now we're
other
gonna hold each
accountable
other
via
accountable now.
the gram, huh?
Yeah, so now we gotta hold each other accountable. Like
Exactly.
Taylor,
Here we
quick
go.
clock.
Haven't seen a post.
Yeah, I got you.
Um,
I'm gonna get that account too. You try to put me out here, got me exposing my burner account to the world. Now
Petty
everybody's
views
going
underscore at petty views underscore TD, not TT.
DD.
So last question. Tell me what advice would you give to someone coming up in the game, high school level, college level, maybe about to transition out of college? Like what advice would you just give to a young woman who is, planning to pursue basketball at a professional level? And yeah, mentally, physically, spiritually, all of that.
First and foremost, I would say take care of your mental, like whatever that means. I had got a therapist late in my career. But I would say I recommend a therapist. I recommend a journal to like write your thoughts down. And when it comes to your sport, just remember that whatever sport is like what you do, it's not who you are. Like, and I feel like in today's world, we get caught up in like our performance and thinking that defines who we are as a person, which is completely false. Like, I would say be open to trying new things, new experiences, because you can like multiple things and still be badass at your sport. Like,
Yes.
you see people nowadays who take their passion as far as like say it's fashion.
Mhm.
They're on the the not the runaways, the tunnel fits. Tunnel
Yeah.
fits are a big thing now, and a lot of these players have a passion for fashion and they like love dressing up, and they're able to bring that to work, like feel good, look good, type of that whole line. So I think just try new things, experience new experiences, and be open to anything. Like don't be confined to your sport. It's not the end all be all. Like trust me, you don't gotta live, eat, breathe to be the best player. Like it's okay to like different things.
I
So,
love that advice, and I'm sure someone who is listening will take that to heart. Um, but yeah, also when you said passion for fashion, I thought of, you remember the Bratz theme song, "The Girls with the Passion for Fashion"? Bratz? No? Okay. Dad joke. No.
yeah, no, I missed the
Yeah.
brass era.
Okay. That was weird.
That was a
Um,
bar though. Passion for fashion. Like
yeah.
I was lucky a bar.
It just rolled off your tongue. All right.
Oh
Well, thank you
man.
so much, Shay. Is there anything else you want to share with our listeners, or any last words? Last.
No, I appreciate you having me. I appreciate everything you do with this project. I'm glad I got to be a part of it through AU.
Thank you. We're so
Can't wait to see
grateful.
it grow and prosper. Need that burner.
Yes, I got you on the burner.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see what else you do with this. This is super dope for Tay.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you. All right, we're gonna sign off, and yeah, y'all stay healthy and
Yes,
well.
sir. Deuces.